Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3:52 p.m., August 23rd. I'm in Houston, Texas, and I will be talking nonstop about Tropical Storm Harvey. Now, if you look here, right about here on the map, this is Tropical Storm Harvey here. And so, at the very moment, it does appear it is undergoing some rapid intensification. Now, I think the eye is here at the moment. So what we're seeing is just the outer bands growing. But as you can see there, it seemed to be undergoing some rapid intensification and pushing a lot of moisture out towards Louisiana. Now the eye will still continue to flow. I just heard thunder outside my doorstep a little while ago, and that would be up here. And the main reasons I'm talking about this storm are not only the rapid intensification, but some people have predicted up to 50 inches of rain over a 5 to 7 day period, getting anywhere from 10 to 15 inches in a single day. Good news is some campuses have already begun to evacuate and call classes off for Friday. There's no reason to risk it. I would call classes off on Friday and reassess over the weekend. But as you can see, this event isn't supposed to start till Friday. So what we're undergoing now is the pre-rain. And one of the main reasons we want to watch this storm is that it's being called an anti-cyclone or a stationary front. So it's going to go slow, and then it's going to hover. Some models showing going west and then east and then west and then east. And so during this period, it could be dropping a ton of rain over the Texas coast, Louisiana, and I imagine the surrounding states will see a bit of moisture as well. So there could be some major problems, and even if 10 inches of rain falls in Houston, there will be a lot more than $25 million in damage done, and that's one city. Someone had predicted this was a 0 level event. I told myself go eat food, but it intensified, so I couldn't. So we are tracking this thing, and like I said, the models, everybody's basically saying it's a week-long event with some extremely troubling floods. I mean, people can... I asked Katya to go hang out. I'm a cool guy. I sure am fun to talk to. Anyways, on sidebar. So, it is best that people stay aware. The closest analogy we have to this storm so far is Tropical Storm Claudette, July 1979. The maximum area dropped 45 inches of rain. So, though I've never heard of it, I was only 8 years old at that time, it just shows that events like this do happen. And thanks to the New York metro weather, the weather community is a pretty excellent community. Though at times meteorologists get it wrong, everybody seems to work together and do their best. But that is why, and as I noted here, most Houstonians I know are pretty stubborn. They're like, I've been through all these storms, and it's no big deal. And I understand that, but what I'm saying is that if this is going to be 50 inches of rain over a 5 day period, that it's going to be major. Now, we have seen over 20 million people displaced from their homes in Asia, Taiwan, Japan, China, Thailand, India, and the brown is heavy moisture. That is just catastrophic moisture going on over there. The pattern will switch from the Pacific to the Atlantic when the wind shear settles down and we get into heavy hurricane season. So as you can see, we have a lot of moisture coming in from the Gulf right now. And not only that, but that's another wave, that's a wave, that's a wave, that's a wave. all have possibilities of bringing us more rain, more moisture. So the Gulf Coast of Mexico and the East Coast is on high alert for the next 2 months. And remember that from like Colorado all the way to the east, those areas have been getting pounded with rain again and again and again. So we got some pretty interesting dire situations going on. Nobody ever said 2017 was going to be boring, did they? So, and the weather has been weird. And one theory I have at Thor News, it seems like a fact to me, is that when the sun freaks out, the weather freaks out, and people kind of freak out. And well, ladies and gentlemen, the sun has been freaking out. So, we have a geomagnetic storm. I think it's a level 4 going on right now. So we're watching the Grows loop here. And so this is the major chunk of the storm right there. But this is the infrared. But notice how it grows, but it doesn't really move. Like the base of the storm grows larger, but the storm itself stays in one area. And one point I want to make that I feel is very important. Oh, and Florida will also be getting hit by a lesser version of this storm at about the same time. One point I want to make, that in my 4.5 years of covering the weather on a macro level, where most people cover it in their own region, is that what we have is a pulse. Like, this is the weird situation that has been nailing Asia and causing maximum damage. I think it took 800 lives the other day. That might have been Africa. I forget, there's so much going on. It's hard to keep track of all the data. And so our waves roll out of here. But if you'll notice this pink pulse, it goes pink pulse, pink pulse. It goes from Africa and then up the west coast of the United States in South America, in Mexico. And so the rain, if you'll notice, the storms seem to, like, pulse, storm gets bad, pulse, storm gets bad. It's almost like how a human being sweats when they get hot. It's like Mother Earth. It's hot on the inside, so she's sweating on the outside to cool herself off. That is my own estimate theory. NASA will tell you something different, maybe, but remember, they're not covering the storm before it happens. They only cover storms after it happens. So not only do we have, see this storm going on here, see pulse, and then so this pulses, and then the storms pulse. And so here's the situation we're monitoring now, and look at the situation that is going on in the southern tip of Mexico over Venezuela. So we're having a North and South American rain event. And remember, this event is predicted to go through next Thursday. So this storm, this situation, is going to carry on. Someone had said, hey, I don't see any rain. Yeah, it's not supposed to start till Friday. So that's the deal. Let's see what else we got here. Here, I'll show you. I mean, yeah. So everybody needs to stay aware. Today is Wednesday. So, you know, I imagine if someone decided to leave. Look at that thing growing there. Like, okay. If someone decided to leave even Thursday, probably even Friday, you could get out. But I'm saying beyond that, depending on the flooding situation, and nobody knows specifically where it is going right now. So that's why we're keeping an eye on it. You know, earliest it was predicted to go into South Texas, and now they're predicting about in the middle, and by the time it hits, it could just go straight up into Louisiana. So all of these are subject to possibly change. And hey, maybe the more I talk about it, the less chance it will happen. So then I'm just going to keep talking about it, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, there's a situation right there. So it's a monster storm. Remember, it's not the winds. Although it is guessed that it could reach hurricane status. Cat 1 to 3, I would guess. Before it actually makes official landfall. Yeah, they just zapped it there. That's good news. But the main thing that drives hurricanes is temperature in the ocean. And so the temperatures are really hot. So how rapidly could this thing intensify? And how high could it go? You know, that we shall see. I shall keep everybody posted, but the more and more the data comes in, and, you know, up to date, every projection I've seen seems to be a little bigger than the last. So, like I said, maybe if I keep talking about it, nothing will happen. The Comet Icing effect all over again. Although Comet Icing was way funnier than this. And unfortunately, I've been covering the weather way more seriously than I want to for at least 6, 7, 8, 9 months, because America has seen some major flooding events going on in the middle of America, and it hasn't been getting that much press. I mean, the infrastructure damage we've seen alone in 2017, I would put way over $100 billion. So, that's another video, another subject for another time. This is our current situation right here. You got a mess and madness down here, there, over by Florida. Remember, this situation it's not even technically supposed to start yet. It's supposed to start Friday. But it looks like the wild, wacky, weird weather shall continue. Why does time go by so fast these days? Okay. Take a look at this, and then I'll go eat something. It's 4 o'clock my time now. I'll try and put together an edited video by around 7 o'clock with all the professionals. Because if you're new, you may not know this, I'm one of the best editors in the world. So, I usually like to spend a lot of time editing my videos. Lately, I've not had the chance. But so, let's see. Yeah, it's Thursday. Notice how it goes left, and then it changes course back to the right. Some people have predicted it will re-enter the Gulf of Mexico and then go back over. And that's only a day and a half away. So these models should be semi-accurate compared to what I've seen in the past. And so now if we're mainly... I mean, Louisiana's been getting massive flooding all year. I mean, they were in worse shape than they were in Katrina at some point, like 2 weeks ago. Got no news footage. So you can see that, like, it would still be in Louisiana, but it would exit Texas about Thursday. And then still continue to cause trouble. What day is this? This day looks bad when the two fronts meet up. Because what we've been having is what I coined a long time ago, wave after wave after wave after wave. Most of the waves come in and then out like that. But we've been getting some storms that have been pulled up through the Gulf and then go out. So if those two meet up again later, the beginning of September, that'll mean some nasty things for the east part of the United States. So I will keep you posted. I'm going to go grab some food, and I'll try and have a edited video up by 7 or 8 tonight, barring no more major developments. But I want everybody to stay cool, to be cool, and please realize we are all in this together. It's time for us to start working together as one American family. Thank you, and please say your prayers for everybody in the world, because these are some crazy times indeed. God bless everyone. Talk to you soon.